Hi, my name is Delmarshae Walker. Welcome back to my channel. I hope everyone is doing great today. What I want to talk about and what I want you to also think about is who you're putting your faith into when it comes to your health. Are you looking towards the government? Are you looking towards Big Pharma? Are you depending on your doctor, the medical profession, to have your best interests at heart? Unfortunately, they don't. I feel that you should put your faith in yourself to make sure you're as healthy as you can be. If you ever watch if you follow me on YouTube, Instagram, or Facebook, you would see how I always talk about being healthy. You're working out to be the most healthiest you can be. And that's what I did for myself. I made sure I exercise. I made sure I try to eat as clean and as good as I possibly can. And also, just try to be as healthy as I can be, especially in the world that we are in today. Unfortunately, with the government and with Big Pharma, the sick people are profitable. If you're sick, they can make money off you because they're going to just constantly be dishing out medication, medication, medication. They don't care. It's like when you look at what happened when the vaccine first came out, and they just wanted to push the vaccine, just take it, take it, take it, take it, take it, to the point that even the president wanted to mandate it, and people got fired, people got let go from their jobs, and it was just a whole issue because they're saying, take the vaccine, take the vaccine. Some of us felt like we're not just going to put something in our body and we have no clue what it's going to do. Anytime there's medication that comes out, you will always see a list of side effects. Some medication has more side effects than others. With this particular vaccine, every time someone said, "Oh, I got the vaccine and I got sick," oh, it wasn't from the vaccine. Oh, my family member died. Oh, it wasn't from the getting the vaccine, getting vaccinated. They will always say that wasn't the issue why the person either got sick or died. It was because they had a pre-existing issue. And then you would have celebrities coming out pushing the vaccine. Oh, take it, it's safe, it's great, you have no problem. But they would never let you know exactly what was, the report about the medication, what was going on with the medication, to the point that people started fighting vaccinated people against unvaccinated people, where really it was the vaccinated people that had the problem. The unvaccinated people were saying, if you want to get vaccinated, go for it. I just need more information before I put something in my body that I cannot take out. And I don't know what it's going to do. There's a lot of people that would maybe have still been alive if they wouldn't have took that vaccine, and they may have never caught the coronavirus. So it's very important that all the information is out, and that you shouldn't, because the government, people in power, they want us fighting each other. They want us going back and forth, because as long as we're distracted with fighting each other, this side against that side, they're going to be making money. They're going to be making a profit, and they're sitting back laughing at all this. It's like they're the puppet master, and everyone else is the puppet. So, like I said, back in October 23rd, 2021, I put a video on Instagram, and I will go ahead and let you see that. So that is a personal, private decision that needs to be made between that person and their doctor. And another thing that you have to think about is this thing that they look at called the reward outweighs the risk. Anytime medication is made, they already know some people are going to have negative effect, that the medication is going to affect some people in a negative way. They already know that, and they're okay with that. They already know that some people might actually die from the new medication they're making. They already know that, and they're okay with that, because they go by the reward of, just as 5,000 people, and 1,000 people, half of them die, half of them have a negative reaction to it. They're okay with that, because they're looking at 4,000 people survive. So 4,000 people are okay. So those 5 500 that died and the other 500 that has issues, we're okay with that. They push out new medication all the time with that mindset. Like I said, if you're a doctor out there, if you're a scientist out there, if anything I'm saying wrong, please let me know. Please tell me that I'm wrong and in what way I'm wrong. Because it's like, I hate when people just go out and give negative information to people and then get mad when they sit there and say, well, let me really think about what's going on. Do I really want to take this chance with my life? Because you cannot say just because something that did not affect you in a negative way that it's not going to affect someone else in a negative way. So please stop getting mad at people. They're not stopping you from living. If you are fully B, live your life. Isn't that the whole point of being fully B? So you can go out and live your life? So what someone else is doing is not affecting you. Isn't that what they tell you? So you must not be secure in the information that you're being given if you're still mad at someone else because they're not protecting themselves. They have nothing to do with you, but they're not protecting themselves. Now you're mad at them. And in that video, you see that I was saying that anytime they're doing trials on medication, some people are going to die. That's a fact. Some people are going to get, sick. They might have a heart attack from it. They might have kidney failure, whatever the case may be, because they don't know until they go through trials how it's going to act in a person's body. And if they do have issues where people are dying or getting sick, as long as the reward outweighs the risk, they're going to push the medication. And that's the same thing they did with this particular vaccine. And you can see after so many people was going back and forth, some people could not go to a hotel room because they had to show proof of being vaccinated, different things like that. But until the information from Pfizer actually was court ordered to come out, a lot of concerns that people had about the vaccine was true. They see that a lot of information was suppressed because the pharmaceutical company, Big Pharma, all they care about is profit and profitability. They do not care about you. As long as you're ignorant, they can make money. As long as you're sick, they can make money. If you're dying, they can make money. And that's all they care about. You're just a dollar sign to them.
Big Pharma controls the testing. They control approval. They control academic thought. But look closer, and it goes even further than that. Big Pharma employs 1,270 registered lobbyists in the halls of government. More than 2 Big Pharma lobbyists for every member of Congress, at a cost of over $200 million per year. They also spend tens of millions of dollars every year financing political campaigns. Nearly every member of Congress is funded by Big Pharma. On top of that, Big Pharma lobbyists and executives are repeatedly put in charge of the government bodies tasked with overseeing the pharmaceutical industry, like the FDA. Simply, the production and sale of medicine is tightly regulated by government, and Big Pharma controls the government. Is it really so hard to believe that Big Pharma would use its control of academia, science, and government to suppress valuable information for their own profit? In reality, suppressing truth for profit is as American as apple pie.
One of the biggest sickness we have is cancer. And they have said that there are cures for cancer that the pharmaceutical companies do not want to come out.
While working as a veterinarian and treating a variety of animals with his grandfather's remedy, John Hoxsey III actually began secretly using the remedy on people. Amazingly, it worked, curing them of various cancers.
I personally had an auntie die from cancer, my father died from cancer, my mother just recently passed from cancer. And I'm sure some of y'all out there that's watching this video know people who died from cancer, know people who currently have cancer. And then, especially like with my mom, she used to donate to Shriners, and they help parents, families with kids who has cancer, because cancer treatment can be very expensive. If you just stop for a minute and think about this, think about just in the United States, not around the world, just in the United States, how many hospitals have cancer treatment centers? How many people have to go get radiation? How many people take medication from cancer? How many people are in hospice from cancer? How many people taking chemo from cancer? How many people are dying from cancer, suffering from cancer? Each thing I name, there's a dollar sign attached to that. When you go into the hospital, somebody got to pay that hospital bill. When you're taking chemo, radiation, that's money. When you're in hospice because you have cancer and dying, that's money. When you have to take cancer medication in order to suppress the cancer so it doesn't come back, that's money. So like I said, it's dollar signs. So if there's a cure, meaning that you take this medication and you no longer have cancer, look how many people would miss out on money. Government would miss out on money, as well as the pharmaceutical company. So why would they want a cure for one of their biggest profitability, I can't even sit around, I'm sorry. One of their biggest ways to make money, one of their biggest ways of getting profit, why would they want that to go away? They don't. They don't care about they put drugs out, and they don't care if you get addicted off those drugs. They don't care if you die from those drugs. They don't care how many people suffer. Cancer. My father had bone cancer, and he was in constant pain, and they had to keep him so high on medication just so he couldn't feel the pain. That's suffering. There's a lot of kids suffer from cancer. Their hair is falling out. They have leukemia and all this stuff. If there's a cure and you really cared about people, would that cure be more important than money?
Pharmaceutical companies, those purportedly tasked with providing health, would they really suppress a cure for cancer and kill people? Actually, that Big Pharma would knowingly and intentionally kill people for profit is not conspiracy. It is established fact, admitted on record in American courts. In October of 2020, Big Pharma flag bearer Purdue Pharma pled guilty in court to criminal charges for its role in the American opioid crisis, agreeing to pay some $8.3 billion in the settlement. Opioids were a new type of synthetic pain medication that emerged in the early 1990s, which big pharma companies like Purdue aggressively promoted while suppressing information about the dangers, most specifically, the extreme addictiveness. Today, not only is chronic pain more prevalent than ever in the U.S., but nearly 1 million people have died from opioid overdoses, and another 3 million have fallen victim to addiction. In pleading guilty at trial, Purdue Pharma admitted on record to having supplied drugs without legitimate medical purpose. In other words, the purpose of opioids wasn't medical. It wasn't to cure pain. It was to get people addicted so they'd buy more. Purdue even admitted to paying off health insurance companies to deny coverage for alternative care, forcing people to take opioids, and paying off doctors to overprescribe their product to patients. By February of 2022, 4 more of the largest big pharma companies had reached a $26 billion settlement for their own role in the crisis. These, along with Purdue, are the largest and most powerful pharmaceutical companies in the country, the ones who lobby governments and sit on medical boards. And here they are, on the record, poisoning people for profit.
Unfortunately, in the United States, this is a country that is built on the backs of other people's pain. This country was built off slavery, which was other people's pain. When slavery was abolished, They had child labor. So child labor laws had to come out. Then they had people like other immigrants coming in from different countries, and they would force them to work at low wages. Why do you think a lot of companies that was here initially went to other countries? Because it was cheap labor. The only thing this country care about is the dollar bill. They only care about making money. And they want to make money off your pain, your suffering, your addiction. They don't care. And so I feel as a people, instead of fighting each other, we need to focus more on what we can do to stay healthy, what we can do to not have to take medication, what we can do to get more back into natural medication, natural herbs, and stuff that grow. God given medication. God put us here with medication to take care of any illness that we may come across or we may have. But those are the medications that are suppressed. The stuff that you can go, you can grow in your own garden, they don't want you doing that. Why? Because they miss out on money. And so basically I just want to kind of give you something to think about. Don't put your faith in the government. I don't care if you're a Democrat, Republican. Don't think these people got your best interests at heart, because they don't. You're just a dollar bill to them. You're just a dollar sign. You're just a walking dollar sign. They're looking at how can we beat these people down. Like I said, it's the elite. And I know, a lot of times people want to think, oh, that's just a conspiracy theorist or I can't even say the word. You're a conspiracy theorist, or you're thinking about a bunch of conspiracies. This is not conspiracies. These are facts. And the sad part is, it's proven facts. The sad part is, it's on records that it's facts. And sometimes people just don't want to open their eyes to what's going on. If you want to stay asleep, fine. But don't get mad at me because my eyes are wide open. Don't get mad at other people because they see what's going on and they don't want to be a victim to that. They don't want to be used by the government as a way to make money, as a way to make a profit. These people are like puppet masters. They're up there looking down, laughing at us, fighting over crumbs. Basically, that's what it is. You're going back and forth over things that you shouldn't argue about. We can work together to solve a lot of problems that we have that are man-made problems. That's the sad part about it. A lot of problems are just man-made problems. And instead of us working together to resolve them, we're steady pointing the fingers trying to find whose fault it is. It's your fault that this is happening. It's your fault that is happening. Oh, whose fault is it? It's not my fault. I didn't do it. Instead of trying to find a solution, we should be working together to find solution to these man-made problems so they're no longer an issue. So basically that's what I want to say. I hope everyone has a great day. And make sure you look in the description box. Sometimes I do leave additional information. Peace.